All right, good evening. Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, the Madison St. Pat's Cup, where your North Stars are taking on the Jackets Hockey Club. Zamboni's finished, and referees are putting the nets on, and there's the horn to call out the teams. Hopefully, they'll be coming out shortly. Good evening. I'm doing well.
Is it on the? I gave Louise the link to the regular.
Yes,
Between the
the
blue line. So
between the blue lines.
Okay.
We're
You're
there.
on there. Okay.
We are up and running.
This is kind of nice.
Nice facility.
Yeah. I don't know.
It'll
I had it up there.
be nicer when they finish it all and finish up putting up the plywall or whatever it is on the.
Well, here's the thing. The west side of town, there's another one of these, but it's Suter. So Bruce Suter's. They call
I
it
think
the
that's
same
where we're
thing.
playing in the afternoon.
Yeah, I think so. There's games going on there too. I didn't know this existed.
I pulled into my parking spot, and I was watching some guy's television show
Oh,
for a couple of minutes. So how far are you from here?
half hour. Oh, 9:40. Yeah, I won't be.
Oh, they changed our schedule?
What about the first
Oh
one?
no,
That's tomorrow night.
2:35. So I was right.
Also, maybe where is it at? Which one's that?
This one.
This
No,
one?
No,
Suiters?
yeah.
Bob Suiters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the late one is 9:30.
Bob Suter. That's Bruce
That's here.
This is your last filming
For the year?
of the year. Does that feel good?
No, because I don't know what to do with myself.
Oh,
What's the last tournament? It's not the last. Are you going to film tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm filming tonight
Oh,
and tomorrow.
well,
This
I
weekend
meant
is
this
my.
weekend, but-
You made it sound like that was it. I was
no,
going to
I
start cheering up.
meant this weekend. I mean, he's still got next year.
I got next year to go, but this is the last couple of games here with Aiden, and then
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
next year, depending on Liv's situation, we'll see.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Well, she's staying with the Hawks, right?
Make sure I got everything zoomed in here correctly. This is Frank the Announcer coming to you live from between the blue lines. Hopefully everybody's enjoying their Friday night. We got a late one here. All right, North Stars break their huddle, head over to the benches. I'll give you the lineups as soon as I know them. I know that we're missing a couple, and we've got a couple of add-ons. We're still trying to decide if we face these guys this season or not, but whatever it is, time to play some hockey. I think Stoge is going to pull something trying to jump that board. Yes. All right, got Stanley, Gavin, and Anthony coming out, along with Aiden and James. And we got North Stars going to go on the PK here early in this one. Andrew comes out. Got up to the blue line, stopped by the Jackets. Goes on the cross over to the near side corner. Up the wall, cleared out there by James. Stanley chasing after it, putting some pressure. Tips it away, back over to the far side hash marks. Stanley causing some chaos, keeping the puck down in the Jackets zone. Jackets regroup, grab the puck, try to come up the far side, pass it back over towards the near. Up the near side wall, off the wall. Tipped away there by James, kicks it out of the zone. Jackets regroup at their own blue line. Send it over to the far side. Anthony putting some pressure. Tips it away, puts a shot on net. Goalie was right there to cover it up. Changing up the lines. We got a minute and 10 left on the PK. 12:53 on the clock. 0-0 game. Declan over to the near side wall. Takes that puck away at the hash marks. Puts it back behind the net. Charlie chasing after it. Jackets send it back behind their net. Comes up the far side wall. Andrew's going to tap that one away. Jackets pick it up. Come in through center ice. Up to the blue line. Tipped away there by James. Back up to the blue line. Kept in by the Jackets. Shot goes down on Ben. He puts it over to the far side corner. Up to the point. Over to the near side hash marks. Back behind the net. Big Ben with a save over to the corner again. Andrew takes that puck, sends that one sailing all the way down. Back behind the net. Got 20 left on the PK. Fresh set of legs. Jasper comes up, putting some pressure. Puck goes up a little bit wide, all the way down. That's an icing call. Coming all the way back for an offensive zone draw here. Jasper at the dot with Max. Goes over to the near side hash marks, back behind the net for the Jackets. Stopped in the corner. Long feed all the way down. Got another icing call as the penalty expires. Back to full strength, 5-on-5. Jasper, Aiden, and Max out there with Patrick on D and along with James. Back to Aiden taking the shot. Couldn't quite get it through traffic. Picked up at the far side circle. Back in through the slot. Tipped away there by Aiden. Aiden keeps it in. Swats it back down, but the Jackets pick it up. James tapping it up to the blue line. Up the far side. Back over near side. Catches that one on the fly. James taps it away. Picks it up. His pass towards Patrick gets a little bit off the mark and all the way down. That's going to be an icing call. Coming all the way back. The 11:10 on the clock here. Dominic, Adrian. Tipped at the blue line. Offside's called. We got Dom at the dot. Dominic on the near side and Adrian on the far side. Comes across the blue line. Andrew bounces it up towards Dominic. Dominic gets him trying to get through some traffic. Dom takes that one away. Passes it up towards Adrian. Up through the middle goes the Jackets. Splitting everybody. Drops it at the far side circle. Takes the shot. Big Ben. Couldn't close up that 5-hole in time. Jackets get on the board. At 10 out, along with James and Aiden. Draws it back towards James. James walks the blue line with it. Passes it up. Stanley's going to grab it. Takes the shot. Deflected over to the near side wall. Taken away by Anthony. Gets it back down to Stanley. Stanley circles around. Walks it. Top of the slot. Walking it in. Takes the shot. And it's in the back of the net. Tying up the game here at 10:03, 1-1. Same lineup stays out. Stanley pushing it forward. Jackets grab it at the blue line, send it up the near side wall. James taps it away, grabs it. The near side dot gets it over to Anthony. Anthony bounces it off the wall. Stanley pushes the guy up against the wall. Picked up by James. James' pass gets blocked. Anthony reaching. Jackets dust it off. Top of the slot. Tipped away there by James. Gavin trying to kick it around. James puts it off the near side wall. Pass up towards Gavin. Gavin grabs it. Avoids the one hit. Stanley picks up the puck. Goes down in the far side corner with it. Trying to center it up to Anthony. Anthony takes a shot. Couldn't quite get the puck as his stick got taken away from him. Puck comes bouncing high up into the blue line. Picked up. Why is that offsides? Got delayed offsides here. All right, all the way back down. Declan at the dot. Comes over the near side wall. OC trying to get up towards it. Jackets keep it down low. Goes across the crease, or goes across the slot into the far side corner. Picked up by the Jackets. Back up to the point. Shot goes down across. Doesn't connect and goes into the near side corner. Loose puck grabbed up by Patrick. Patrick sends it around. Goes off the backside of the net. Picked up by the Jackets. Tipped away there by Declan. Declan goes over to the near side corner with it. Goes through the slot, picked up there by Charlie. Charlie's pass gets tipped, stopped at the blue line. Jackets retreat into their own zone. Drop the puck at the blue line. Kick it back into center ice. Got another penalty coming up here on Declan. Tripped and fell into the... Couldn't control his body as he fell down. Getting called for a tripping penalty. Jasper at the dot. Goes back to the point. Couldn't control it. Jasper rushing through. Far side circle. Goes over to the corner with it. Trying to center it up. Taken away by the Jackets. At the goal line. Back over to the near side. Back into the corner. Jasper's picking the puck up. Max chasing the chase after it. To the near side. Hash marks. Gets there first. Jackets drop it up to the blue line. Picked up on the rush. Got a 3-on-2. Goes all the way over on the near side corner. James takes that one. Sends it all the way down. Oh, man. Dom at the dot. Puck ends up coming over to the near side wall. Jackets drop that one in. Andrew goes over to the far side corner. Picked up at the goal line by the Jackets. Walking it in. Takes a shot. Big Ben with the save. Hard into the boards. Back behind Ben. Oh, pushed over to the near side corner. Tipped away there by James. Up to the top of the circle and out of the zone. Adrian putting some pressure on it. Jackets send it back up and through center ice. Tipped away there by Dom. Dom finally grabs it at his feet. Pushed off the puck. Jackets grab it across the blue line. Blocker saved there by Ben. Goes over to the far side corner. Big hit there. James's pass gets blocked back behind the net. Top of the circle picked up by Adrian. Adrian comes up the near side. Crosses the blue line with it. Takes the shot and it's in the back of the net. Getting the shorty. North Stars on the board and taking the lead here at 6:55. Got Stanley at the dot. Trying to push that one forward. Grabbed up by the Jackets. Pushed it up to the blue line. Stopped there by Patrick. Puts it up through center ice. Grabbed up at this face-off circle by the Jackets. Ends up going back down in the corner. Back behind the net and around over the near side. Shot goes through the crease. Tipped in front there by James. Goes off the backboard. We're off the PK. We're back to 5-on-5. Gavin chasing after the puck. Causes a wild puck. Stanley passes it over to Gavin. Gavin trying to dance around at the far side wall. Puts it into the corner. Stanley grabs it. Looks around. Stops. Turns around. Goes down to a knee. His pass gets blocked. Back over to Gavin on the near side. Gavin walking around, trying to take a shot. Gets blocked. Jackets kick it up to the blue line. Lost the puck. Sent in back behind Ben. All around to the near side corner. James tripped over Ben as he was coming around. Picked up there by Anthony. Anthony comes up the near side wall. Takes a hard walk into the wall. Back down behind the net it goes. Up through the slot. Puck comes all the way down. Got an arm up. Got an icing call at 5:36 here in the first. North Stars up 2-1. Got Declan at the dot along with Charlie, OC, Andrew, and Patrick. Puck comes in through center ice, picked up by the Jackets, walking it in, takes the shot. Big save there by Ben. 5:25, stopping the clock here in the first. Declan at the dot. Grabbed up by OC on the near side wall. Centering pass, broken up. Trying to get to Charlie. Declan takes it away. Centering pass. Tipped up to the near side blue line. Puck goes in. Have to clear up. Far side corner. Up along the far side wall. Lost the handle of it. Pushed a little bit too far, but picked back up by the Jackets all the way down behind the goal line. Hello. Grabbed up by OC along the half boards. Tips it over towards Jasper. Grabbed up by Jackets. Loose puck in the slot. Tipped down low. Backhand shot. Jackets put it in the net. Tying the game up here at 4:38. Jasper, OC, Aiden, and James out there on the ice, along with Big Ben. Wins it back towards James. James circles it around, gets it over to Aiden. Aiden's pass gets deflected and goes back behind the net, picked up by James. Up the far side wall. Jackets grab it at center ice, come back over to the near side. Up along the wall, stopped there by Jasper. Grabbed up by Aiden, gets it over towards James. James gets it up to Max. Max finally grabs the handle of it, puts it on net. Goalie's able to reach down with the glove and pick it up. Goes over to the far side wall, grabbed up by Max. Max gets it over to James. James tries to put a shot down, goes over just wide of the net, high up off the glass and into center ice. Corralled up by Aiden. Aiden sends it back over to James. James retreats, grabs it, sends it up to Aiden. Aiden sends a knuckler down on net. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. Loose puck still at the face-off circle, picked up by Dominic, off of a couple of players and up the near side wall. Dominic taps it down for Dom. Comes up the near side wall. James puts it down, kicked away, picked up there by Adrian. His shot gets deflected off of a body. Pass goes up to Patrick. Patrick flips it up into center ice. Back down low behind Ben. Picked up by Patrick. Shovels it into the corner. Dom's pass goes off of Dominic. Or Dominic's pass goes off of Dom. Up through the middle and back into the center ice. Corralled up by the Jackets. Off of a shin pad and all the way down. Picked up by James at the goal line. Battles up at the far side hash marks. Loose puck. James taps it up to the blue line. Jackets regroup. Come back into center ice. Send it off the wall. That's icing. 2:33 here to go in the first. Stanley, Gavin, Anthony Anthony with the shot off the face-off, off the blocker. Goes into the corner, back up to the near side, up through the slot, taken away there by Gavin. Gavin walks it over to the far side wall. His shot gets deflected, goes off of Jackets. Comes up the near side wall. Stopped there by Andrew. Ends up coming back. Aiden chasing after it, grabs it, bounces it off the wall, gets it up towards Stanley. Stanley at the blue line, shovels it backhanded up towards Anthony. Anthony walking it in, takes the shot, and it's in the back of the net. North Stars go up at 1:59 here, 3-2. Loose puck grabbed up by the Jackets over to the near side wall. Back behind the wall, or behind the net. Tipping it around. Big Ben kicks it away. Aiden shovels it up the near side wall. OC trying to grab it. Jackets carry it down to the goal line. Tipped away there by Andrew. In the corner. Andrew draws the penalty. At 1:29 here. Stanley making his way up to the dot. Anthony to the far side, Patrick near side, Gavin and James. Player got a 2 and 10. Stanley comes up to the dot. Gets it back over to Patrick. Patrick gets it over to Gavin. Gavin walks the line, gets it over to James. James spins around. Sends it down into the corner for Stanley. Stanley bounces it off, gets it over towards Anthony. Anthony up to Patrick. Patrick walks in top of the circle, gets it over to the far side to James. James walks it in. His shot gets kicked away, picked back up by Stanley. Stanley sends it back to James. James with a puck walking it, gets it over to Gavin on the near side point. Gavin walks it around, puts it down to Patrick. Patrick one-times it back behind the net, over to Stanley. Stanley with a puck back behind the net. Looking for somebody, goes off a couple of sticks. Anthony's shot just gets tipped away in front of the crease. Anthony coming in to help out. Patrick grabs it, gets it back up to Gavin at the blue line. Gavin walking it around, gets it over to Patrick on the hash marks. Patrick through the slot, kick saved by the goalie, over to the far side hash marks. Stopped behind the net, picked up by the Jackets. Stopped at the blue line by James. James takes a shot, blocker save, left back behind. Goes up the far side wall, cleared out. Got 15 seconds to go here. Gavin spins around, gets it up the far side wall. James gets it over towards Gavin. Gavin spinning through, loses the puck at the top of the circle. Kicked up back into center ice, and that is the end of your first period. coming back to live action. Between the blue lines, Frank the announcer coming to you live from Madison, Wisconsin, Legacy 20 Ice Arena. Got 30 seconds left on the power play. Jackets pull this one back. Goes back behind their net. Patrick goes hard off the boards. Bouncing it around. Puck goes high up in the air. Charlie's going to grab it off the wall. Shovels it down to Patrick. Patrick looking for somebody. OC was slicing through the slot. Back over to James on the near side. James walks it into the circle. Sends it back over to OC. OC shot. Caught by the goalie. Back to 5-on-5 action. OC's got to retie his skates. Tackling at the dot. Charlie and Max. Max grabs the puck, goes off the far side wall. Tipped away by the Jackets. Kicked up to the blue line. Back in through center ice. Got a 2-on-1. Far side circle. Big Ben with the blocker. Goes off the near side wall. Kept in at the blue line. Kicked out of the zone. I think it's his first high school game. Jasper at the dot along with Max and Aiden. Andrew gets it off the wall. Sends it in through center ice. Picked up by Jasper at the blue line. Jasper lost the handle of it. Picks it back up. Puts it down on net. Back behind. Picked up by Max. Max circles it around. Gets it up to Aiden Laurie. Aiden's shot goes off a boot and over to the near side corner. Picked up by Aiden. Big save there by the goalie. Takes it right along the rail. Stopped by Aiden. Lost it down. Picked up by the Jackets. Ended up in the near side wall. Andrew puts it in. Takes a nice little bounce. Goalie's got to shove it back into the play. Jasper sends it all the way around and be picked up by Andrew on the far side hash marks. Sends it back around the net. Going back. Aiden's going to get it. Sends it off the wall into center ice. Jasper picks up the puck. Crosses the blue line. Got shot. Blocker save. Tipped back over towards Dom. Dom back behind the net. Up the near side wall. Grabbed up by the Jackets. Puck goes up the far side. Tipped away. That's offsides, but not called. Jasper takes a couple of whacks and ends up sending it back behind the net and over to the near side corner. North Stars get some fresh lays out. Sent all the way down by the Jackets, so that'll be an icing call. Can finish that line change now. Shot there by Adrian. Kick saved by the goalie. Jackets stop it at the blue line. Ends up going over to the far side wall. Crossing pass goes over to the near side corner, up to the hash marks. Top of the circle, walking it in. Takes the shot. Big save there by Ben. Big Ben, Parliament. Dominic, and Adrian, along with Patrick and James. Patrick takes it back behind the net, sends it up to the blue line, kept in. Stick saved over to the near side corner. Back down behind the goal line, up to the point, picked up by Adrian. Adrian shovels it into center ice, grabbed up by Jackets. They drop it in down low, and James picks it up, sends it back over to Adrian. Adrian shovels it up towards Dom. Dom carries it in through center ice, across the blue line. Down low. Centering pass gets tipped. James decides to pull up. Stopped it at the blue line. Jackets send this one all the way down. Stanley, Anthony, Gavin. Gavin near side, takes his shot, goes just a little bit wide. Up towards OC on the far, or Andrew on the far side. Jackets come rushing through. Breaking some ankles and scoring a goal for the Jackets. Tying the game up here at threes at 10:08. Back to the blue line for the Jackets. Lofting it up over the center ice. Grabbed up. Tipped away by the North Stars. Grabbed up by Anthony, trying to backhand it. Taken away by Jackets. Shot goes just wide. Picked up by Andrew. Andrew shovels it over towards Anthony. Anthony pushes it forward. Gavin's going to get there. Touched up by the Jackets. Comes up to the near side wall. Stopped at the blue line. Anthony puts a shot down on net. Declan at the dot. Jackets pull that one back to the goal line. Tipped away there by James, but sent back to the blue line. Tipped away and then off the near side wall. Kept out of the zone there by Declan. Picked up by Patrick. Patrick comes through center ice, taken off of his stick, goes over to James on the far side wall. Into the Jackets bench. Declan, Charlie, and OC. Puck comes over to the near side wall. Shovel back up to center ice. Back in through the middle. Crossing the blue line. Top of the slot. Kick save there by James. OC lost the puck, but James picks it up. His outlet pass off the mark towards Patrick. Picked up by the Jackets in their own zone. Retreating a little bit. Comes off the near side wall. Tipped in. Penalty coming up on Patrick at 8:34 here. Scores tied 3-3. Jasper, Max, James, and Andrew. Andrew sends this one sailing all the way down. Ends up going in on net, but kick saved by the goalie there. Up the far side wall. Max makes him stop. Back in through center. Near side dot. Back behind the net. Up to the far side hash marks. Down low. Up top. Shot gets tipped. Big save there. Up to the near side circle. Tipped away. Down low at the bottom of the circle. Shot goes wide and over to the far side corner. Far side hash marks back behind the net. Walking it in. Goes back behind Ben over the near side corner. Picked off by Andrew up to the hash marks. Shoveled back around. Jackets get on the board again. Take advantage of that power play and take the lead at 4-3 here at 7:37. Coming right at you. Dom gets it over towards Adrian. Tapped it up towards the blue line. Grabbed up the blue line by James. Gets it over to OC. OC spins around. Bounces it off the wall towards Adrian. Adrian goes in through center ice. Dusting it off. Goes off the far side wall. Taken away by Dom. Dom puts it down. Goes off of shin pad. Up through the middle, near side, not quite past center ice and drops it down low. Picked up by OC, sends it into the far side corner. Drops back down low by Jackets. OC goes off the boards and out of the zone. Dom passes it off to James. James dusting it off, goes in through traffic. Loses it at the top of the circle on the far side and crushed up against the boards. OC with the shot. Just wide and off the backboard. Picked up by Dominic. Over to Dom. Dom tries to get it over towards Adrian. OC sends it over towards James. James into the corner with it. Oh! Up to the blue line for OC. OC's going to bounce it off the wall, pick it up. His shot gets deflected and goes off the protective netting. .6:12 here to go. North Stars trail 4-3. Stanley makes his way up to the dot with Anthony, Gavin, Andrew, and Aiden up the far side wall. Anthony puts it in through the slot, taken away. Anthony grabs it. Tried to keep it in, but tipped away. Gets it over to Stanley on the far side. Stanley puts it in on net. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. Stop the clock here at 5:57. 4-3 is your score. North Stars trail. Stanley gets it into the corner, tips it away. Pulled up as Jackets were blowing past them. Puck ends up coming up the near side wall. Aiden steps up, puts it back down behind the net. And Aiden draws the penalty. North Stars go on the power play here at 5:42. Stanley makes his way to the dot with Anthony to the far side, Patrick near side, Gavin and James. Puck goes down, tipped back, grabbed up by the Jackets. They loft this one into the far side corner. Going to be picked up by James. Goes back behind Ben. Bounces it to Gavin. Gavin sends it off the wall to the far side hash marks. Picked up by James. Sends it up towards Anthony. Anthony at the center ice. Battling for it. Got a loose mitten. Anthony grabs that one off the pass from Patrick. Back behind the net. Up to Stanley in the near side circle. Finally gathers it. Controls it. Taken away there by the Jackets. Sent into the far side corner. Going to be grabbed up by Gavin. Got 1:15 left on the power play. Stanley sends it around. Gavin walking it in. His shot goes just wide. Picked up by Patrick on the far side wall. Bounces it off the boards. Got another penalty coming up here on the Jackets. We got a 5-on-3 here. Anthony's going to make his way to the dot. Patrick goes down low, grabs it in the corner. Comes up the boards towards Gavin. Gavin misses the puck. Carries it to the blue line, kicks it back to himself. Back in through. Dusting it off, walking it in, near side dot. Takes a shot off the near side post. Ricochets back out to the blue line here. Picked up by the Jackets. Kicked away there by James. James is going to take the rush. Got a 4-on-2. Pulls it up. Goes over to the far side. Takes a shot. Goes off the backside of Patrick. Back along the boards. Got 15 seconds left on this 2-man advantage. Picked away by Patrick. Patrick gets it over to Gavin. Gavin lines up. Takes a shot. Oh, deflected and off the back wall. Back up to the near side. Gavin picks it up. Walks it down low. Bounces it off the boards towards Patrick. First penalty's over. James battling at center ice. Got a penalty coming up. Interference on James. So that's going to even us up here for 57 seconds. Going 4-on-4. Back up to the blue line. Jackets push it down low to the goal line. Tipped away through the slot. Grabbed up there by Charlie. Charlie circling around. Lost the handle of it in front of the slot. Back behind the net. Picked up by OC. OC stops. Gets it over towards Declan. Declan carries it across the blue line. Puts it in on net. Goalie's able to catch that one. Stopping the clock here at 3:02. Got 27 seconds left on the 4-on-4. Then it will be a Jackets power play. Gets you on frame. Back up to Patrick at the top of the slot. Tipped and goes over to the far side wall. Grabbed up by the Jackets. Stopped there by Dom. Picked up by the Jackets. Sent up to the blue line. Kept in there by Adrian. Hit. Dominic tried to get it tipped in, but just goes a little bit wide. Up the near side wall. Jackets sent it over to the far side. Back over to the near side. Back in on net. Picked up by Jackets. Tipped away there by Adrian. Goes over to the far side corner where OC grabs it. Sends it up towards the blue line. Jackets can't keep it in. Adrian picking the puck up. Carries it across the blue line. Gets a shot. Taken away at the blue line by Dom. Tipped up towards OC. OC grabs it. Carries it across the blue line. Puts a shot just wide of the net. Grabs the rebound. Tipped away by the Jackets. Lost by the referee. Jackets send this one all the way up to the blue line. Grabbed up. Jackets send this one sailing all the way around. Picked up on the far side wall. OC stops it. Grabs it. Sends it into the near side corner. Killing off the remaining seconds of this PK. Jackets send it all the way up to the blue line. Tapped in. Goes back behind the net, picked up by Patrick. We're back to 5-on-5. Going to be grabbed up by Anthony. Anthony goes up the far side wall, dusts it off around one, carries it in through the middle, takes a shot, goes just a bit wide. Over to Gavin on the near side, back down low to Stanley. Stanley behind the goal line. Stanley walking around, takes a shot, goes off a pad and picked up by Gavin. Gavin picks it up, goes over to the far side. Goes through one set of legs, takes the shot, gets tipped, goes over to the far side wall, up towards the blue line. Andrew's going to come back in through center ice, pick up the puck. Andrew picks it up, sends it off the wall. Anthony taps it into the zone, picked up by Jackets. Delayed offsides. Gavin grabs it at the blue line. We got 42 seconds left. Gavin kicking it around to himself, lost the handle of it through the slot. Stanley grabs that one out of the air, puts it down, dusts it off at the top of the circle. Carries it, backhand shots down through the slot, picked up the near side wall by Andrew. Look at this fresh new haircut. Up the far side, his shot goes just a little bit wide and up the far side wall. Stopped along the far side. We got 12 seconds to go here. Tipped away, picked up on the rush. Shot goes down, goes just a little bit wide. Into the far side corner, up the far side wall. Gavin taps it back into center ice, and that is the end of your second period. All right, we're coming back to third period action here at Legacy 20 in beautiful Madison, Wisconsin. Frank the announcer coming to you live from the Madison St. Pat's Cup. Got Declan at the dot. Jasper on the near side, Charlie on the far side. Picked up by James, goes off the near side wall and off of Jasper's skate. Declan carries it along the near side wall. Shovels it up towards the top of the slot, picked up by the Jackets. Up the near side wall. In through center ice, tapped away by James. James pushing it forward. Picks the puck up, sends it in down. Oh, Lord in heavens, these referees. Puck goes through center ice, grabbed up by OC at the blue line. Carries it back, bounces it off the wall towards Declan. Actually, OC grabs it back up, walks it in. Near side circle, ricochet. Oh, just bouncing over Charlie's stick. Kept in by OC, puts a shot down. Blocker saved over the near side wall. Stopped by Charlie at the near side hash marks. Centering pass gets broken up. Declan trying to send it back up towards the point, but tipped away by the Jackets. Charlie tapping it away. Lofted high up and all the way down to the goal line. That's going to be an icing call. 12:52 here to go in the third period. North Stars trail by 1. Dom comes at a dot. Dominic on the near side. Dominic picks it up, sends it off a boot. Jackets kick it up towards the blue line. Kept in by Dominic. Dominic battles along the near side wall. Jackets pick it off, go over to the far side hash marks. Adrian picks up the loose puck at the goal line. Puck comes up along near side boards, over to the far side wall. Jackets on the rush. Puck gets pushed up to the near side wall, goes down through traffic. Over to the far side corner, Aiden's going to get it. Up the near side wall. Offsetting penalties being called. That was such a late call. Offsetting call penalties. 5-on-5. Stanley gets the pass from Patrick. Dances at the blue line, carries it across. Lost the handle of it, picked up. Back up by Stanley. Loose puck, top of the circle. Back up towards Patrick. Patrick shoulders it down. Gathers it up. Dusts it off. Gets it over towards James on the near side wall. James puts it down low. Kicked away by the goalie and over the near side. Kept in by James. James walks it in, top of the circle. Shot goes just wide. Grabbed up by Stanley on the far side. Jackets pick it off. Outlet pass. Tipped away there by James. Back behind the net it goes. Centering pass broken up. Gathered up by Stanley. Behind the net. Stanley gets away from traffic. Picked up behind the net. In through the slot. Couldn't get a handle on it. Ends up coming over the near side corner. Up the near side boards. Pass over to the far side wall. Grabbed up by Gavin. Gavin sends it off the wall and into the center ice. Picks it back up. Anthony stops and peels up at the blue line. What the heck? Called the slash. In the near side corner. Back up to James. James shot. Didn't quite get a full puck. Off the wall and then through center ice. Grabbed up by Patrick. Patrick lofts it up in the air. Picked up by Gavin. Gavin's going to go through the blue line. Dusts it off around one. Carries it back behind the net. Looking for somebody to pass off to. Carries it around. Goes through traffic. Loses the handle of it. Picks it back up. Centers it up. Backhand shot there by Patrick. Jasper at the dot. Jackets send this one out sailing. Ben stops it back behind in the trapezoid, gets it over towards OC on the near side hash marks, carries it back down to the goal line, gathers it up. Gets it over to Max. Max's pass towards Jasper is a little bit off the mark and goes to Aiden, and it's sent out of the zone by the Jackets. OC carries it across, sends it over towards Max. Max goes into the far side corner with it. Stops, pulls up. Centering pass ends up coming back up to OC at the blue line. Circled around one. Carries it down low. Walks it in, takes the shot. Come on! Got Stanley at the dot, Anthony and Patrick, James and Gavin. Got a one-person power play. Back up towards Gavin. Walks the blue line. Gets it over towards James. James walking it around. Sends it down lower to Anthony on the near side hash marks. Anthony walks it in, takes a shot. Gets tipped, takes another shot. Goes over to the far side corner. Bounces off the rail. Picked up there by Stanley. Stanley over to Gavin. Gavin top of the circle, takes a shot. Goes off a shin pad. Picked up by Stanley. Stanley puts it down, goes off a boot. Back in through center ice. Big Ben swing and a miss. Up the near side wall, takes it right along the rails, up towards Gavin. Gavin picks it up. Sent over to Patrick. His pass gets deflected. Back in through center ice where James gathers it. Sends it up towards Anthony at the blue line. Anthony shovels it forward, picked up by Jackets, who send it back down sailing. Goes into the far side corner, got 10 seconds left. Patrick off the wall to the far side. Tipped back down low behind the goal line. Back to 5-on-5. 8:03 on the clock. Patrick dusts it off around a couple. Tips it over. Picked away by the Jackets. Referee takes that one off of a kneecap. Picked up. Big Ben with the save. In the far side corner. Up the near side wall. Offsetting penalties. Offsetting penalties here at 7:38. Jackets trying to control it. Charlie picks it away. Goes up. Serves up a pass over towards Max. Max comes up along the near side, centering it up. Back behind the net and over the far side corner. Stopped over by Max. Up to the blue line. Grabbed up by Andrew. Puts it over to the near side corner. Max battling. Declan back behind the net. Tipped away by the Jackets up the near side wall. Up towards James in center ice. Lofts it down. Back in through center ice here. Jackets put it in the far side corner. Back around. Grabbed up by James. Back behind the net. North Stars on the power play here at 6:37. Stanley at the dot, wins it over towards Andrew, back behind the net. Andrew down low, is trying to center it up. Picked up by Anthony. Up towards James. James takes a shot. Gathered up by the Jackets. They send it in down low. Goes into the far side, or near side corner. Picked up by James. Taken off of his stick. Anthony pushing it up. Taken away. Regroup by the North Stars. And through center ice to Andrew. One touch pass over towards Stanley, but grabs it back up again. A loose puck, top of the circle. Lofted down on Ben. Kicks it up towards James. James loses the handle of it. Grabs it back up. Comes in through center ice. Gets it over towards Gavin. Gavin carries it across the blue line. Trying to go through the legs. Picked up by the Jackets. Anthony on the far side wall. Lofts it on net. .58 seconds left on the power play. Patrick out of the box as the offsetting penalties expired. Dom at the dot with Dominic and Adrian. James smokes past the puck. Picked up by Dom. Shoveled it up through the crease. Goalie reaches down, covers it up. .5:19 here to go. North Stars trail by 1. Scores 4-3. Dom at the dot. Wins it over towards Adrian. His shot gets deflected and goes over the near side wall. Picked up by James. Carried it into the corner. Big battle for it. Picked up by Dom. Dom trying to center it up. In the back of the net for Adrian. Or no, sorry, that was Andre. Served up by Dom. Tying the game up here at 5:02, taking advantage of that power play. Got 5:02 left on the clock. Declan at the dot, wins it back over towards James. James goes off the wall. Jackets were there to stop it. Delayed offsides. James puts it through the middle, grabbed up by Aiden at the blue line. Aiden goes over to the far side circle. Carrying it down low. Whoop, get you on frame. Centers it up towards Declan. Tipped just wide. Up the far side hash marks. Grabbed up at center ice by James. James sends it off the wall towards Charlie. Charlie bounces it off the wall. Sends it down behind the goal line. Up the near side wall. Stopped at the blue line there by Aiden. Jackets regroup. Pull it back. Back into the Jacket zone. Charlie putting some pressure on the puck. Comes up the near side wall. Tipped away through the slot there by Patrick. Up towards the blue line. Picked up in the top of the slot. Dropped up top of the circle. Gathered up by Charlie, who sends it out of the zone. Jackets regroup. North Stars get a line change. Tipped high up in the air. Lost the puck. Goes back into the near side corner. Centering pass, tipped away. Picked up by Max. Max sends it up. Gathered up by the Jackets at center ice. Off the boards and back in through center. Grabbed up by Andrew. Over towards Dominic. Up the near side wall. Top of the circle. Comes in through. Lost his footing. Top of the circle. Kicked back in through center ice. Dominic with a shot. Picks his own rebound up. Gets brought down to the ice. Puck comes up the near side wall. Aiden grabs it. Sends it off the wall up towards the blue line. Gathered up. Loose puck, top of the circle. Gathered up by the Jackets, who kick it back in through center ice. We got 2:20 to go. Tipped up to the far side wall. Puck goes high up in the air. Grabbed up by Aiden. Sends it off a face mask up the near side wall. Carries it across the blue line. Drops it in down low, back behind the net. Into the far side corner. Stanley trying to get there to the hash marks. Causes some chaos. Back behind the net. Anthony goes back behind the goal line. Stops it in the corner. Centers it up towards Stanley. Stanley trying to grab it. Picks it back up. Centers it up. Andrew keeps it in. Off the near side boards and down behind the net. Picked up by Stanley. Up the boards. Got a hooking penalty coming up, I believe, on Jackets. .132 left here in the game. Tie score 4-4. North Stars on a power play. Stanley, Anthony with the shot. Patrick backhands it. Centering it up to Anthony. Loose puck. Grabbed up in the near side circle by the Jackets. Drop it in down low. Goes over to the far side hash marks. Picked up by James. James trying to shovel it up the far side wall. Kicks it up. Picked up by Gavin. Gavin carries it across the blue line. Down into the far side corner. Takes the shot. .104 here to go in the game. Goes into the far side corner. Jackets send it up sailing up to the blue line. Drop it in down low. Gavin's going to go back, pick it up. Got 1 minute in the game. Stanley taps it to himself, picks it up off the far side wall, drops it in, chasing after it. Picked up by the Jackets, back behind the net, sends it around far side or near side sailing. James brings it in down low, gets it over to Stanley. Stanley looking for somebody, takes the shot, gets over to James. James bounces over his stick, back up towards Gavin at the point. Gavin over to James. James walking it in down low. Stops, turns up the near side wall. .22 seconds here to go. No, the door opened up.
Why would we call it timeout?
You can't, not in pool play. Goes all the way down. Big Ben stops it back behind the net. Shovels it up to the near side. Got 10 seconds left in the game. Gavin comes up the near side boards. Draws the penalty. Got 4.7 to go here. Stanley gets it over towards Anthony. Anthony gets it to James. James takes the shot. Ricochet it over to the far side. It should be.
They look a little slow.
All right, that's the end of the pool game. No overtime. So that will conclude our broadcast here. We're back on tomorrow afternoon at 2:30-ish. Until then, this is Frank the announcer signing off from Between the Blue.